project actually began with a conversation between Sam Hoyt and Damien Griffis very organically at a dinner that the two of them attended. And they were both talking just about how great it would be to feature one of Larry Griffis's pieces somewhere along the Buffalo Outer Harbor. And with that conversation, our Ashford Hollow Foundation board got very excited and said, Damien, this is something that we have to follow up on. Could you imagine what a great job that would be for the Ashford Hollow Foundation to have and highlight one of Larry Griffis's pieces at such a prominent location? Damien followed up, and we began working with the team that was actually on site at Buffalo Outer Harbor, including Steve Rinaldi. Working with Steve, we started to walk the grounds, kind of cite where we would like to highlight a Larry Griffis piece. The nice part about Buffalo Outer Harbor, it's very large, much like our sculptures. So we were able to really kind of find a point that would be a great marriage for one of our sculptures and the landscape out at Buffalo Outer Harbor.
I mean, Doug, it was a pleasure. I mean, just to even be a part of it and such a great part of art for Western New York. I mean, for Larry, especially, just to get his name out there again and for tourism. So, I mean, it was just fantastic to be a part of it and such a pleasure.
We were going to climb it last night.
Yeah.
Well, that whole
Take the whole side panel off and
that whole plate.
The size of the sculpture is just, you know, it's very large. So, I mean, I think it was weighed in at 3,000 pounds. So just, I mean, there's just a couple moments there when you're picking it up with the crane where you're just hoping that everything goes according to plan. But it was touch and go for a minute, but, you know, we were pretty smooth. I thought everything went very well.
Oh, you gotta show it a bit. So you might be better to fix it.
we got 12.
That's still too much.
Well,
Yeah, cut that too there.
You could take the thing and angle it on the trailer. There's room.
Yeah, my own material board. Mark up everything that doesn't work out. Do you need those clevises?
Look at that. Marco, the hedges fits in there. Look at that. Oh, it just cleared. Perfect. Keep coming.
There had to be many repairs on the boots of the sculpture, and what we actually ended up doing was refurbishing old round rod that was at the sculpture park because they discontinued the Marriott Core 10 round rod from Bethlehem Steel. So that was a little bit of an interesting, you know, kind of like an adventure almost, because we were just kind of dragging it out of the boneyard of Sculpture Park. So that was one of the trying issues, was finding the material. It was a 2-month process, I'd have to say. You know, we gave it structure up in the chest plate. There had been some damage, so we repaired that, and then we also cut off a substantial amount of it. We took it back about 1.5 feet and then put, you know, the round rod as the armature and rebuilt. So it was a process.
Mantra. It's a fun sculpture. It'll draw people to the outer harbor, and it's really a unique feature to our waterfront. And it really works for the site. It's a beautiful sculpture, but it works for the site because it's tall, it's long, it's a beacon, it'll become a wayfarer. So if you're on the other end of the harbor and you're not sure how far you want to walk, you're going to see the Flatman. You say, well, we'll walk to the Flatman. Or if you're on the other side and you'll see it from there, you say, let's go out and take a look at that. So it really is a piece of public art that really complements our outer harbor, but it also complements what we're trying to do here, which is to get people out here and to give them something to do when they're here. So this is just one more thing to do out in the outer harbor. But really,
Larry had the ability to inspire the community as well as his family, including his children. Pamela, Larry here today, Mark here today, William, Lisa, Damien, and Simon. And of course, their equally talented mother here today as well, Tish Blaney. I didn't bring my climbing shoes.
I mean, it's just so interesting to see the people's reaction. So I love seeing people interact with the sculpture, and of course the landscape and the beautiful Lake Erie behind it. And it's just wonderful placement. And I gotta say that Outer Harbor really knocked it out of the park, and it was just such a great symbiotic relationship that we've developed with them, and we're just pleased to be there. So happy.
Larry was a very big supporter of public art. He has several public art installations throughout Buffalo, and he also was a large fan of taking his sculptures and putting them in new and unique locations. So this wasn't something that hadn't been done before, and I think it hasn't been done since he was alive. So it's really something that I think he's definitely looking down and smiling, especially with the location. It's just such a beautiful location. You can see it from the Skyway, from the Route 5, from the water, all of the traffic that you're going to get down there. I think he would really, really be happy that his artwork is featured in such a wonderful manner.